A lot of times people check in on the moms, but they don't check in on the dads. A lot of times moms, in a sense, are more okay with admitting that they are stressed out or overwhelmed. But dads don't really have the space or grace to admit that I'm struggling being a dad. People are like, well, what's so hard about being a dad? Oh, the mom's doing everything. You talk to these other new dads, and you're like, okay, great, I'm not crazy. It really is a challenge. Like, it really is difficult. I'm not just like weak or pathetic or not coping well.
What are some of the challenges that they face? I mean, for yourself as a
Yeah,
relatively new first time dad also.
for
Yeah.
sure, for sure. Okay, top of the list, I think, is realizing that a lot of the very physical things and outward things are borne by the mom, right? Especially if, as a family, you decide to breastfeed the child, right? Right. And so naturally, the mom has a very clearly defined role. The father, or at least I as a father, was sort of running around like a headless chicken, trying to figure out where I can plug in. My role as a dad is not as clearly defined. Second is you also have to deal with a wife who is going through a lot. I don't say deal with as if it's a problem, but deal with in that you have to be aware that your wife is possibly not the same person. She's changed because she has now born a child and she's now having to embody this new role as a mom. Third thing is just recognizing that you're now responsible not just for one other person, but two other people. And of those two people, one is really very helpless. There is a loss of a lot of autonomy. There is gaining of a lot of responsibility. Yeah, and then the last thing I would say is it was a struggle for me to admit that I am not very good at learning how to balance my time out because I wanted very much to be a present father. I neglected the relationship with my wife, my work, but I felt very overwhelmed and very, very desperate to be a good and present father and perhaps lean too much into it.